If you can imagine, this little flock that gathered here in this little room, this 20 by 20 foot room in this cabin in Fayette, New York, they were given the charge to take the gospel to all the world. And they took the charge quite seriously. Missionaries were called in those early days. And of course, Samuel Harrison Smith, Joseph's younger brother, was one of the very first called. He would go on his mission in June of 1830. And what was his mission? To carry copies of the Book of Mormon and sell them to people in the surrounding communities. His mission wasn't very successful. The first place he went, he was physically thrown out. He went to a number of other places that day. Everyone rejected him. He slept under an apple tree that night. He continued on his way and finally found one man who was fairly interested, but not particularly interested in reading the book. He more wanted to take a copy of the book with him. He was a Methodist circuit preacher, and he said, "Mr. Smith, I'll take a copy with me, and if I find anyone interested enough in purchasing this, I'll gather the money for you, and you can collect it next time you come by." Well, this wasn't very successful. This man's name was John Green. However, Samuel was persistent. He would return to the Green home 5 different times, and on that 5th time he determined that he was going to either get the book back or the money. It just so happened that when he came this time, John was not home, but his wife Rhoda was home, and Rhoda said, "I have read this book, and I am much pleased with it." Samuel then recorded the experience. "I then talked with her a short time, and binding my knapsack upon my shoulders rose to depart. But as I bade her farewell, it was impressed upon my mind to leave the book with her. I made her a present of it, and told her that the Spirit forbade me taking it away. She burst into tears and requested me to pray with her. They prayed together, and Samuel left the book with her. Rhoda was thrilled, and she shared it with her brother Phineas H. Young. Phineas shared it with his brother Brigham. They shared it with their sister Fanny. Fanny Murray shared it with her daughter Valete. Valete shared it with her husband Heber C. Kimball. Through that first effort, we know of numerous people who came into the church, one of whom would lead the church for 33 years. Out of small things proceedeth that which is great.